Hello everyone, I'm now talking to Nóra, Németh Nóra, who is the president of IATEFL-Hungary and one of the main organizers of the conference. Hi, Nóri.
Hi, Norbi.
So could you tell us about your role in organizing the conference, the 23rd IATEFL-Hungary conference?
Yes, this was a very special conference for me, honestly, because this was the first one when I was acting as president as well, and honestly I wasn't quite sure what my responsibilities would be. I was organizing conferences before. I did that for 2 years, and I really enjoyed that because you have this good feeling when you see people coming in, and now we had visitors from not all over Hungary, but we had a lot of people coming in from the neighboring countries, and that was really good to see. So my main role was to just prepare the conference, to look after the program, coordinate, work with colleagues, and at the conference itself, I was basically talking to people, meeting the people. Some of them I only met online before, and that was also something very special.
What was the highlights for you in the conference, personally and professionally, as the president?
Well, I was responsible for inviting the plenary speakers, and that was definitely one of them. So I was very proud that Bethany Canyol came. She was the previous head of TESOL France, and I think her plenary session was an excellent opening plenary for the conference. I was happy to meet Gary Anderson for the first time as well. I was really happy to invite Dörnyei Zoltán because he was my former mentor when we was still working in Hungary, and it was just a great pleasure for me to see him present at our conference. But I can also say that Henry Widowson and Barbara Zalthofer were very special people to have, and I would also like to thank them for Barbara coming here after her knee problems. And George Pickering I met in March only, and I was kind of participating in a workshop of his, and meeting him again and hosting him in Hungary was very, very special for me.
Could you tell us a bit about the background work that was there at the conference? I know that lots of people worked in the back office, so to say, student helpers, committee members, roving reporters and bloggers and so on. So could you tell us a bit about the group behind the conference?
It's really, it is a big job. So everybody should know that we are volunteers and we are not professional conference organizers. And in spite of that, I think everybody did a good job. Some people were not even visible because they were sitting behind desks and doing the administration. Some people were observing whether everything went right in the background, and obviously we had very little time to talk about the online coverage, so which we were just, us being there or coordinating the whole thing, we were just hoping to see everything afterwards. So I'd like to ask you actually, Norby, how to say a couple of words how you felt in the online coverage room on the first floor where you spent most of the days.
Well, for me, looking back at the conference, there's a blackout for 3 days or 2.5 days.
That you can take away from this conference. You've been doing it for years now. Why was this one special or better or improved than previous years, for example?
To be absolutely honest with you, I can't really look at the conference as a participant because I've been doing the online coverage for the last 2-3 months, and even in the last 3 days I was in 2 rooms and running around like a headless chicken like all the others did, but I wasn't really involved in the face-to-face, the usual conference. So, but in the online coverage I really loved the way that you and myself, we could work together, and I could be, sit back and relax for a few minutes. I knew that the blog is in good hands with you, and you were always really fast and efficient in uploading things. So I think the most important thing I realized is that having a good team and choosing the right people for the right task, someone who's intelligent enough, someone who's reliable enough, and someone who's at least as devoted or enthusiastic as myself, is more important than having a lot of money, having a lot of ideas, or anything else. So that's what the importance of human resources, the importance of having the right person and helping them and supporting them and giving feedback that they're doing really well. And then hopefully clinging on to those people. But unfortunately, you're leaving soon, so because you're going to Washington, aren't you?
That's correct, next year. But that's the future, and I also heard that you're stepping down as a committee member of IATEFL. Could you tell us what happened?
Well, nothing happened. I've been doing it for 3 years now. I've been the vice president for 2 years, and I've done the online coverage for the second time. And it's just personal reasons, basically. So I'm really busy being a father, and being the only breadwinner can make life difficult these days. So given the economic and circumstances in language schools and the public sector, teachers are having really basic problems like paying the bills and earning the money to live on and to survive, and it affects me like everyone else. So I decided, because I can't devote as much to the association as I used to or as I would like to, I said to myself that if I can't do it 100%, then I will not do it. But I will, of course, stay in touch with the committee and the members, and I will definitely help them with advice or some, I will chip in at conferences with my ideas, and maybe even in organizing some events, but not as much as I did or I could before.
Thank you. And for the final question, you were talking about the future, what's going to happen to the committee without you. Is there an advice you'd like to give to the committee, what to do differently, or where do you see this conference going in the future?
I think the conference will survive without me, so I can be replaced just like anyone else. But of course, I will miss them a lot, and I don't know, I'm passing on the baton to Zságer László, who is also a very enthusiastic professional, who has lots of revolutionary ideas and is intelligent, trustworthy, and I think he'll do a great job on the committee. So I think with Nóra, the president, and with all the other committee members, the association is in the best hands possible. And your other question was what advice I would give them. Mm-hmm. I would advise them to do everything the way they did before, and to be open to new ideas, especially online things, online coverage, and trying to involve and boost the regional branches, because I think that's the future, the way to go. So to get more people involved in what we're doing. And I think having Gabriela Baka and Mark Andrews and Frank Prescott and all the others outside Budapest, I think is the way forward to kind of channel in all their energies, is something that will help the association survive.
Well, thank you very much for this very special tag team and tag interview, and it's been a pleasure working with you.